started. We're just about to open things up with an opening toast. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of applause for our best man, Mr. Billy Junkins, everybody.
Well, it's obvious that Nicholas gets his dancing skills from his dad. Thanks, buddy. Just like we practiced. All right, I would like first to thank everybody, friends, family. Let's hear it for John and Sue again. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm John's younger brother, more handsome, charming younger brother, you know, witty. But he thinks it's funny, all right. When John first asked me to be his best man, I didn't really know what to think. I mean, I was excited, I was nervous, not about, you know, presenting the speech, but how to, you know, actually write it. I'd never written a best man speech before, so I was a little nervous. I didn't know where to start. So I did what any normal human being would do, and I Googled how the hell to write a best man speech. So the first step I found was, you know, they kind of had some key points to making a best man speech. So the first key point was to make it personal. Check. We're going to make it real personal for Johnny Boy tonight. So, you know, we're going to keep it clean, but we're going to have some fun with it. The next point that they told me, you know, online and talking with his friends was, you know, that John chose me to be his best man. So I'm representing John tonight. If I look bad, he looks bad. If I look good, he looks good. And I've never seen him look better. He looks damn good. And then the third rule I saw was mirror the groom's personality. Now, I don't like to break the rules, but I kind of had to break this one because when you give a best man speech, you actually have to speak. All right? And Junior, not a man of many words, you know? So I kind of had to bend this one a little bit, you know, have some fun with it. Junior likes to have fun. But, you know, and we all know Junior doesn't like to talk until he has a couple of Jaeger bombs, and then he gets shut up about 24, and how nasty his fantasy football team is, even though he's never finished in top 5 in a 12-man league. And how he's the best at washers. I mean, we went to his house a couple weeks ago for a UFC fight. I'm in there taking a whiz. Hey, Bill, you know, if Aaron Rodgers didn't get hurt, man, I'm telling you, I would have won. I had 4 cuppers today. Jack Bauer from 24, man, he's invincible. I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, all right, man, we'll talk about this later. It's like, do another shot of Jaeger? So I was like, okay, all right, just close the door and let me get out of here, please. But when Junior does, you know, decide to speak, he does really have a way with words, and by that I mean he takes a word and absolutely butchers it. Or I'll choose a word that doesn't make sense. For example, the day before Mother's Day last year, you know, I get a phone call from Junior, I look down, oh, John's calling me. I thought it was the weekly, hey Bill, I love you, bye. You know, I tend to do that. So I answered and I was surprised that he wasn't calling to say he loved me. I was a little shocked. He said, hey Bill, would you give Mom? You know, that's how he talked. Hey Bill. Hey John, nice to talk to you too, buddy. So he said, what'd you get Mom for Mother's Day? And I said, I got Mom some, you know, a card and some flowers. And he said, the kind you plant in the ground? I said, and to his defense, before we get on, my mom does like to garden. I like to say hi to my mom. Hi, Mom. Love you, Mama Dukes. But, so to his defense, she does like to garden, so, you know, can't get on too bad. So I said, no, I didn't get him, you know, the type you put in the ground to, you know, plant. Yeah, hey, happy Mother's Day, get to work. So he's like, oh, so you got her a banquet of flowers. I said, a banquet of flowers, John? And he tries to correct himself real quick. No, I meant a boutique of flowers. He said, a boutique of flowers? I said, yeah, John, I got her a bouquet of flowers. What are you going to get her? And he said, I'm just going to get her Lavangis. It's Lavargis, for those of you who don't know. Words. That's only page 1. So, another story I heard from one of his friends, you know, I wasn't going to mention that, you know, people make mistakes, but he does it quite often when it comes to words. Another one was Spanish class, 9th grade, all right? Why the kid was in Spanish, he doesn't know English. I'm not sure, he should have maybe taken 2 periods of English, stayed out of class before going on to another language, but he decided it would be a good, you know, second language. He told me he was not bilingual, but ambidextrous, you know? I don't know what that was about. So he spent the whole class period, you know, tearing up little pieces of paper, you know, trying to be a funny guy, using his class time wisely, learning a lot. And, you know, into little tiny pieces as what we know as confetti, right? Normal people, confetti. So he spends the whole class tearing his notebook paper up into tiny pieces, got a huge pile in front of him, what he said. And then he takes this huge pile at the end of class, and the middle class throws it up in the air and goes, graffiti! Graffiti, John, huh? Way to be. At least you were discreet about it. You don't know the difference between spray paint and little pieces of paper that fall when there's a celebration in grades. All right, moving on to, all right, I see. I'm trying to regather myself, I got stuck in the story there. All right, so, you know, and, you know, I kind of been goofing on John, so I kind of have a little goof on myself as the big brother following his footsteps. Yep, and, so, you know, one day, it's, you know, the annual physical. Junior and I are a little bit younger, and it's time for the physical, you know? And Junior hated physicals. And I know why. He hated physicals because he hated shots. Now he loves them. No, he hated shots. Hated it. So he absolutely hated shots, right? So he's sitting there, you know, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go, like, yeah, you know. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so you know, Junior, it was bad. Like he used to get shots, and he used to have to be restrained. He's screaming, and you know, me and my mom would be in the waiting room. You know, Junior always split his knee open, then re-split it open. Oh, Junior sneaks, split his knee open. You know, he was always re-injuring his knee back to South Shore Hospital. There's Junior screaming. It was like a Saw. It was a scene from Saw. He's screaming over a couple of stitches. So he doesn't want to go because of that. So my mom finally asked him, now I know this. I'm not going to tattle on the big bro. So I know this, and my mom's like, John, why don't you want to go to your physical? And he responds with, because that doctor's a gay, he's always touching my gonads. So me, you know, I know that's not the proper terminology. I say, John, it's not your gonads, it's called your scrotum. What I meant to say was scrotum, all right? So I make mistakes too, I mess up words. So like I was saying, John always injuring his knee, whatever. So it's been a couple of years, Junior goes without an injury. So I'm pretty excited about this, very proud of him. Until we get a snowstorm. So, it's probably, we had school cancellations, it was pretty bad. But, so me and Junior, we played the whole day throwing snowballs at cars, people, old ladies, whatever, as young kids. So we were watching the news, we were seeing if school was canceled for the following day. So, anybody from Abington knows that A, B comes first. So we're like sitting there, onto the B's, school's not canceled, so we're upset. And then it has, the forecast saying that, there's 10 inches of snow. Junior's all upset. He's like, there's at least 15. I'm like, John, I think the meteorologists know. I know weathermen are wrong, but I think they know. He's like, no, they don't. I bet you there's at least 15. Believe it or not, he wanted to make a wager. He likes to gamble. I'm like 8 years old. I'm like, what do you want? You got my pudding? So we go outside. So what Junior did, and I know you guys, Junior's had about a size 12 foot since he was about 4. So, he decides his shoes are wet, so he doesn't want to put on shoes, so he has a little plastic bag, he puts over both of his feet. And this kid like, oh God, I already won this bet. So he's hopping down the steps. He doesn't even wait till we get to the bottom. He's gonna go downstairs. He doesn't wait till we get to the bottom and then go, okay, I don't want to get my feet wet, and do that. So he has a tape measure, which I got my mom for Christmas at Secret Santa for $1 with the money she gave me. That comes later in the story. So he's hopping down, he's hopping down. So about 8 steps he gets down. Oh, I'm holding the door for him, like, go ahead, go measure it. There's no way it's 10 inches. And it's about a foot drop before he hits a stoop. Black ice you can't see, right? So it's all shoveled off. He's like, okay. One final hop, he hops. Hits deck hard. Right? So I'm not a jerk brother. Well, I am. Evidently. So I look at him, he's okay, I start laughing. And he gets up and he's crying. He wasn't crying, I just added 15 inches. He gets up, he's holding a tape measure at 15 inches because he wanted to poke it and go, hey, 15's covered, it's 15 inches. he cuts right here on his hand, right? And he goes, yeah, you think that's funny, you big jerk? Right? Doesn't even take the bag off. He hops up all 8 steps. As he's bleeding. So I'm like, oh, okay, man, yeah, that isn't funny. So then, of course, back to the emergency room. Hey, Social Hospital, right? And again, crying, screaming, me and my mom in the waiting room. He comes out. We're like, how many stitches did he just get? I think he lost his thumb. He was screaming loud. He comes out, and we're like, hey, John, how's it going? He's mad. Not talking to us. Did the doctor touch your gonads? So he's sitting there, he's not talking to us, he's mad at me and my mom for whatever reason. We're like, oh, he won't tell us how many stitches he had. So then my mom, you know, being a nurse, went and talked to the doctor. She's like, how many stitches did he have? He didn't sound good, man. He was screaming. He just had butterfly stitches. It wasn't even that deep. Like, okay, so, you know, that's the last time. I don't think he's had stitches since. We're almost there. I think he's hungry. So then, you know, now that I've moved on Junior is a great kid. I know I can get away with it, you know. I love the kid. The big brother, you know, down to the serious, mushy stuff. And again, I did over-exaggerate in the stories. I don't want you guys, everyone's leaving. Like, Junior's a wuss. Like, yes, he is. At least stay for the meal. But, you know, John is a great big brother. I couldn't ask for a better one. He's also, hold on a second. Not only is my big brother, but he's also my role model. He has been there since the day I was born, and he has never let me down, even when he cries over stitches. But I am proud of all of his accomplishments that he has earned through hard work. Where'd Nicholas go? Now I need you, buddy. All right, well, you know what Nicholas looks like. He has the best son in Nicholas that we saw dancing. He has a beautiful house, and now he has a beautiful wife. So, and I wish nothing but the best for him and Sue as they begin their future with one another. That's not it. Susie Q. Susie Q. Oh, not as well. Oh, okay. Now this is the final, all right? Bear with me. Now we play in the wash sleeve for those of you who don't know. And Susie Q, the big sis-in-law, she always gives me a, you know, not a hard time, but she's always, you know, poking fun at me, making me cry like when Junior's getting stitches and I miss a compass. So she's always poking fun. I say, Sue, I haven't read the best man speech yet. And she's always, you know, a little bit nervous. Now she's probably a lot of bit nervous. But I'm not going to say anything bad. I can't say anything bad about Sue. I just want to get her nervous. So, just going on, when Junior first told me that he was going to marry you, I was excited. You know, I told him, Junior, marriage is a very important thing. You know, you spend the rest of your life with, you know, this person. But I was excited because I love Sue. Right? And I said, you don't want to rush into things. You guys have only been dating for 12 years. You know, so I didn't want to say, you know, I wasn't talking nonsense. But I was, you know, this is serious. You know, you spend the rest of your life with her. So, you know, he told me, you know, he was going to marry her. I was excited. But Sue, seriously, I know I'm up here joking. Sue is a beautiful, down-to-earth girl. She's a 29-year-old girl with an unbelievable cup dance. She's a wonderful and loving mother, and for that I thank her. So, I would just like to say, welcome to the family, Sue, or should I say sis? I know. We can propose a toast, you can raise your glasses, wave flowers, Nicholas. All right, let's have a toast to John and Sue, and hopefully the happiest days lie ahead of them. Cheers.
Folks, it's time tonight. Round of applause for our best man, Mr. Billy Junkins.